Over the last several months, we found some of our best stock trades on a secret, not well-publicized website. It's a site, it's a web app, it's a research tool that pretty much perfectly mirrors our own social arbitrage trading methodology, with hundreds, if not thousands of people actively looking for the kinds of trades that we've spent decades trying to find. It's actually quite remarkable. It's like having a crowdsourced research team working with us around the clock, uncovering ideas for us to consider investing in, for anyone who wants to consider investing in, and it's completely free. No ads, no subscription fees, no big corporation behind it, no need for it to ever make money. And those researchers are putting their own money where their mouth is and investing in their ideas and sharing those trades with the community. If that sounds too good to be true, if you're part of the Dumb Money community on Discord, you may have already figured out what this secret research tool is, because it has lived there for a little bit. But today on Dumb Money, we are going to reveal what the tool is. We're going to talk to the creator who made it, and we're going to get a little tutorial, a lesson on how it works, how to use it, all of that today on Dumb Money. We are unveiling our free tool that we use to find some of our best stock picks. We are Dumb Money.
Three friends who turned $30,000 into $30 million using nothing more than Twitter and a zero commission trading account.
The suits that work on Wall Street, they call those people with smart money. That's not us.
Our goal is to help level the playing field for everyday investors.
We are Dumb Money.
Hey there, Dave here, along with Chris and Jordan. We are Dumb Money. Welcome to Dumb Money Live. This is one of those shows where the anticipation is so high, we have to get right into it. But first, there is another tool that we need to engage with. Of course, I'm talking about the like button. Chris, Jordan, good morning. Have you smashed that like button yet?
I have smashed the like button. I am in such a good mood because, like, lately, it's been, my account's fine and then it falls apart during the show or during the day. Today, it started off terrible and it just went positive as we started the show. So I'm in a good mood today.
But
can I address a bigger
Yes.
a bigger topic that feeds into today's show? The last year, everyone knows that watches the show, has been the best year of our investing career. I think it's been the best year for most of the people that watch the show. There's no words to describe it. I mean, we've made up, 20 some odd $20 million in trading profits this last year, which is just insane. At the same time, trading has never been easier. Like, everything's been so obvious. There's been so many ARB opportunities. There's been so many trends to front run, right? I mean, there's been so much happening. And everything that we've done has been exaggerated. Normally, we would make 3x on a trade. We've made 15x because of the amount of new money coming into the market and how much noise there's been in the market for us to cut through. That said, I'm going to admit something right now. I have gotten lazier over the past year as I've grown what almost seems ridiculously wealthy. I've hit my number to where I no longer am making money for myself. Everything is inside of my foundation now. It's all for philanthropy. I don't know. I don't know if it's not as hungry as I used to be or just sidetracked because it's become so easy. I've gotten a little lazy. I kind of strayed a little bit from the pure social arb deep dive research that I was doing right up until about a year ago when this whole thing started. And today's episode is all about getting back to basics, getting back to what has enabled us to be as successful as we've been, not over the last year, but over the past 15 years, turning, tens of thousands into tens of millions in the market even before this last year. And that's pure social arb research. Surfacing opportunities early, because let me tell you something, moving forward, it's not going to be this easy anymore. If you've seen anything the last 3 or 4 or 5 weeks in the market, what we've seen is that the last year is over. We're kind of maneuvering back into more of a realistic marketplace where you're going to have to work harder to dig up real opportunities, real trades. They're not going to come every week. They might only come once every month or two. So you might have to do a lot of work to surface, just a handful of big high conviction trades on an annualized basis. What that means for me is getting more involved with the community that we built over the past year and a half, doing more social arb research. And there's never been a better time to say, take a step back, let's really talk about what we're going to do the next year. Let's talk about the community. Let's talk about the tool sets that have been built to help the community do better social arb research, to help the community collaborate, because this is where we found most of our big trades the past 6 months. Let's be honest, guys. The problem is we've been so lazy that we found them late. I mean, there have been trades inside of our community that if I would have surfaced them 3 days earlier or 5 days earlier, we would have made 3-4x what we did make on the trade. And even though it's our own community that initiated because of the show, we have been lazy to tap into it.
Well, that's the thing, Chris.
And so that has to end.
We've never seen this many good ideas being thrown at us at once, right? It's a very rare occasion that in an entire year we have 5 trades that we would consider high conviction that we go all in on. And it's like every single day there's something in there that you might think is that's the high conviction for the year, but no, there's new one every day. And so it's like trying to filter through that, all of the great ideas that are in the Discord community, it needed something else to make it easier to filter down and try to even figure out what is high conviction, what you should consider. And that's kind of where this secret app came from. It's not really a secret anymore. It's been, you could get to it from within our Discord for a while. But we're really going public with it.
Also, Dave, we've made some major adjustments, a total rework to the entire Discord format. We're going to explain why today. We're going to explain how some of these channels inside of Discord work, what the intention was, and we're going to also explain towards the end of today's episode why we haven't yet done any trades in the public portfolio. There was an issue that popped up this week. We're working through it with the mod group. We have a new idea for how to pick those trades. We're going to discuss that on today's episode. I promise the first round of trades will happen next Monday morning. But before it happens, we have to explain how to vote for your trades inside of the Discord community this weekend. So stay tuned. For those of y'all that aren't familiar with, we put $10,000 in a public account. That public account is going to grow, and over time that belongs to the community. All the profits the community gets to use however they want to use it. Throw a big party once a year. Also, every person that signs up for public through Dumb Money, we get paid a whole bunch of money from Dumb Money, and 100% of that after taxes goes right into that portfolio. We're not keeping one penny of it. So if you haven't signed up for our public account yet, please do it right now. What is it, Dave? What's the address for that?
Just go to dumbmoney.tv/public, or you can go to public.com/dumbmoney. Either way, you'll get to the same spot. And when you sign up for an account, the community, all of the money, we're not taking any of the affiliate cut or any payment at all. We're putting all of that money into an account that our community gets to invest, and our community gets to decide how that money gets spent eventually.
Yeah. We're going to grow it to $1 million. We're going to have the first community portfolio that's owned by the community. It's $1 million portfolio. I know it's going to happen. Just a matter of how long it takes to get there. So that said,
with that, we do need to answer the question: what is the tool, though? Because we haven't even said what the tool is. It is basically, yeah, it is a tool that one of our members in the Discord community was like, I can program something, and so with a little access from us. He now has a bot that is reading all of the Discord comments and compiling and displaying it. Let's bring on Chris Trombley from the community. Let me figure out where he is. There he is. Hey, Chris.
What's up, Chris?
How's it going?
Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, you too.
So, tell us, Chris, first of all, how you found out about Dumb Money really quickly, and then just take us right in there take us into Discord first. Well, tell us about the app on a very high level, and then take us into Discord. Let's talk about what's changed, why it's changed, what the community needs to know to be able to leverage Discord over the coming months, because we're going to get deep into it, and then how to specifically take us through the tool set as well, if you don't mind, and how to use it.
Yeah, no problem. So I'm proud to say I am a Dumb Money OG member. I actually found Dave's Hey There, Dave Here channel through Graham Stephan, and that led me to the original Dumb Money channel, and then Dumb Money Live came out of that. So I've been around pretty much since the beginning Dumb Money Live.
That's awesome.
Um,
I love that Graham made you find Hey There Dave here, and now it's become a whole thing. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was funny that his video was entirely about your production quality and had nothing to do with the content. But
exactly. It was me reacting. It was me opening the new black card from American Express, and yeah, it was totally about production.
But yeah, so the app, I guess, yeah. So basically, I got into Discord, and the amount of content that comes through Discord when you have the thousands of members, it definitely gets overwhelming. With the changes that we're going to show in just a little bit, it has definitely improved the ability to look through Discord. But I kind of felt that it would be easy to have a tool that just kind of aggregated all of the message content and looked for specific tickers that were mentioned, kind of told you who the most active users were. So maybe you knew some people that you wanted to follow along research that they were doing. And then as things grew, we came up with a Google Doc format for posting conviction trades. And with that kind of, I guess, usefulness of that doc, I was able to start reading information inside of the doc so we could start, building ranks and scores around what people think of that type of content. So really, it was just kind of a way to take all of the Discord stuff and say, all right, for the first 10 minutes of my morning or whatever, I want to get a high level idea of what changed in Discord today from yesterday, and what I can spend some time on in those, in that first hour.
Awesome. And then could we just pop in the Discord? We made a major change to Discord, right? The layout and some of the channels. Yep. Could you explain what we did, why we did it, and really quick let's just pop in there and just show everyone that's watching. Dave, a lot of people might not have been in Discord ever, Dumb Money, which is insane. But dumbmoney.tv/Discord is how you get to it, guys. Totally free, of course. We don't make a dime, not one penny from our community. Those you all probably know that by now. But yeah, take us through it.
For sure. So I guess the first thing was with this restructure, I want to give a couple just quick shout outs. Our good buddies Pedro and eGenius, they're two mods in our community. They made some really good models that helped us kind of navigate through all this change. And we had some other community members that offered some really valuable input to be able to get this to happen. So I definitely appreciate the efforts, and I think I speak for the rest of the mods too when I say thanks to all of you. So getting right into it, I kind of wanted to start with a couple of stats. So Dumb Money Live, we started scraping data on May 18th in 2020. Since that time, the community has grown to over 38,000 members in over 60 countries, with 5,000 of those members joining in just the past 30 days alone. We have scraped about 700,000 messages across 100 channels. There have been about 1,800 distinct emoji reactions to all of the content. We have over 3,600 unique mentions of tickers, and we're approaching 300 high conviction docs at this point.
Wow.
So,
awesome.
A lot of growth over the time and a lot of data that's really valuable here. So most of Discord, it's structured in a pretty self-explanatory way. A lot of the categories sort of group all of the like chat and like content together. And then each of the channels will drill down a little bit more specifically into certain types of content. So we'll start right up at the top. So the official channel is for all of the DM-related, DM Dumb Money related announcements. That's going to be like new videos that come up, any changes to Discord or the Dumb Money app. We do have a report scams channel that's in there, so you can definitely help us take out the trash by posting a screenshot of any scam messages and a mention of the user. And our mods and protectors group will look through that stuff very, very quickly. So getting right into the meat of it is this social ARB category that's right here. So this is where all of the information is shared about the social ARB trades. So if you're new to social ARB, you can head over to the Getting Started channel, and that has resources like the OG Dumb Money YouTube videos and Chris's book and Jack Schwager's book that you can take a look at. If you have any trades that you have conviction about, you'll use the Dumb Money template, and you can post those trades into the Conviction Doc channel. The template that you want to use is pinned in the top of that Conviction Doc channel. So the Dumb Money bot actually reads things in that conviction doc. It reads tickers that you're mentioning, the sentiment.
Uh-oh, lost audio.
It seems that Chris is frozen now.
That specifically.
There he is. He's back.
He's back.
Oh, sorry.
Chris, if you can repeat that, I think we had a little Wi-Fi issue on your end for a second there.
Froze for like 10 seconds. Not a ton.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I'm in a rural area, and Starlink's not quite available for me yet, but I've paid my deposit, so bear with me.
Me too.
So yeah, the conviction docs, I was saying, the template is pinned in the top of that channel. So you should take a look there. And the Dumb Money bot reads all of the information in those docs, like the tickers that you're mentioning, authors, bullish, bearish sentiment, and we display that elsewhere in the ecosystem. We have a scoring algorithm for that. So while you can feel free to react to a doc with whichever emoji you want, you should know that specifically the thumbs up emoji, Dumb Money logo, and rocket imply a positive sentiment. And the thumbs down, the poop emoji, and clown face emoji imply a negative sentiment. So the bot will use those metrics to calculate a score. You probably have seen it referred to as rank, but we're going to be changing that just for consistency. And let me pop into that channel. So that is this channel right here, the Conviction Doc channel.
Have you done a study yet on what's more popular, the clown or the poop emoji?
Well, so we're storing all of the ranks, and there is actually an emoji sentiment analysis tool that I'm working on. It's not in any position where I feel comfortable saying like this is the data that we're using right now, but we are going to be able to use emoji in part to either give you what more popular emojis are, and also to kind of figure out what the sentiment is of the entire Discord, like how people are responding to messages today as opposed to yesterday, let's say. So I'll definitely give you some more information as that comes up, and that'll be all available in the app that we're going to get to in a second.
Sweet.
So moving on from here, if you post a doc and you have chat that you want to mention around it, you have ideas or comments on it, you can head over here to the Conviction Doc chat channel, and this is where we kind of keep all of that chat. It keeps it separate from the general chat, so it's a little easier to follow along with which docs are specifically being talked about. We have a new channel here. This is fairly new, the Conviction Doc Upvoted. This is something that when you have a sentiment score of 30 or above on any conviction docs, the bot will read that, and it will post a message here to this channel with this little embed that has some other information. The rank here is the sentiment score I was referring to, and we are going to change this. So this will no longer say rank, it'll say sentiment score, because it's a little more obvious. But these are things that like a bunch of people in the community have thought there's good content in here, you should look at these. And so this was just more of a convenience for everybody filtering through all the conviction trades.
Yeah, and I think the reason why we made that channel is because we were getting to a point where there were so many conviction trade docs being submitted that we were getting some complaints that, hey, there's too much, a lot of it doesn't, and some of it's not even social arb, it's just getting noisy. So listen, some people prefer to look through everything and find the gold early, and some people prefer to get right to the meat of like what's hot, what should I really look at, what the best. And so we want to provide a channel where you can just basically look at what people find really interesting, the top conviction docs, right? And that's what that channel is for.
Yep, for sure. And I will say that this gets updated daily, but since the docs don't appear until they have a score of 30 or above, there is a chance that you're going to be looking at information in here that is a few days old. So like you mentioned, Chris, if you really want like the fire hose version of conviction docs, you'll just go to the Conviction Doc channel and sort of sort through everything on your own.
And also, and then, I think you're about to get into the doc chat section. Like, I really want to make it clear, we want to really focus an area for people to discuss docs. So we've broken out these channels. So there's a channel for reading the docs and a channel for discussing them. Two totally separate channels, right?
Yeah, Yeah, so that's the Conviction Doc chat right here that you were just mentioning, and yeah, that's where any comments and communication on any of the docs will happen in here. That's usually where there's pretty good information. People have some extra research that they put up, or maybe something that was missed or anything like that. So it is really important, if you are looking at a doc and you're considering using that as the basis for your own research to potentially make a trade, you're going to want to head over to the chat channel also and see if there's any additional content here that you might want to factor into your research. So if we move a little bit away from that, that's more like the medium high conviction type stuff. We have trade ideas and research, which is a channel you definitely don't want to overlook. This is where all of like the brand new stuff comes out. It may be information that's not quite put together enough to be a conviction doc, but you'll often find collaborative efforts that will be in here. So things that are going to turn into docs or anything. If you think you want to write a doc, but you're not really sure, how to get going on something like that, you may have people in here that are posting similar research to what you're doing, and you can look at that and reach out to them and maybe work together on something. So definitely check
trade
that
ideas and research. I'll just say it's my favorite channel on Discord. Like that's my number one stop. Now I will admit sometimes if I'll hop right into Peloton before I hit that, because I'm just so interested to see if anybody has some new information on something like that I'm really interested in, like Peloton. But that's usually the first channel I hit. I love it.
Yeah. Do we want to talk for just a second? I see that in the comments, people have mentioned that they miss having stock name organization for. One of the major changes we did was trying to reorganize and make the whole navigation and what you're finding easier. And the problem we're running into with individual stock name organization is that if you were interested in a theme or a sector, it was really hard to figure out where to go. So the thought is having all of the conversations about something in one place rather than having to go to 7 different random channels, 7 different rooms to find that information was kind of the impetus for a lot of the change here.
Well, especially
Dave,
with some I was going to say, especially with some of the EVs and some of the SPACs like NGA and GIC and some of these guys, it was getting a little bit hard to kind of follow what was going on industry-wide.
Now, we did keep a few tickers, I believe, what we're calling like almost, what is it? What do we call it?
The cult
tickers?
But Gabe,
those are where there's just so much volume of conversation that it made sense to continue to have a channel for those people to talk about those very highly, talked about stocks.
Yeah, understand something. I want to say this is very important. There is no perfect way to organize a Discord of this size. It is exceptionally difficult. You guys have no idea the level of work, debate that our mods have been through over the past year, fighting, trying to figure out, okay, there's a trade-off to every single decision. We simply could not have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of ticker channels. It was a complete mess. We had to make a decision. The decision we made might not be the perfect decision, but it's one that we struggled over for many, many months. And the decision was we're going to group stocks into sectors with one exception. When a stock becomes a massive cult stock, call it like Tesla or Peloton, right? A stock that we think is going to become evergreen. We mean that stock is going to have so much attention for not months, but years. And it almost has a cult-like following. On an exception basis, we would carve out a channel for that stock, but it really has to be an exception basis. So the criteria for that to happen is this stock going to have cult status for years? Tesla obviously will. Apple will. I think Peloton meets that bar. But it's really a rarity for us to carve out a ticker-only channel. So just understand what the criteria is. We're really struggling with that decision, but that's the decision we landed on. So we know it's not perfect, but it's the best we can come up with after months of listening to everyone in this community and trying to make the best decision. So back to you, Chris. Sorry.
And so also just to clarify what the tool is, we're talking now about Discord. That's where the data for this tool that we're about to tell you how to get to that, you needed a way to even aggregate that even further because there's still just so much conversation going on here. So that's kind of the reason for moving away from ticker specific. And also, like Chris said, there's just a limit to the number of channels that you can even you're even allowed to create in Discord. So once you fill up a category with tickers, that like the organization was just impossible. We couldn't possibly have a channel for every single ticker that exists. So we had to draw the line somewhere.
Yeah. So back to you, Chris.
Yeah. So outside of the cult tickers, if you are interested in certain areas, what we've done is we've tried to group each of these channels into something that makes a little bit more sense. You'll notice it with a number that precedes the sort of the grouping that we're going to put things in. So anything that has a number before it, they're not in any particular, actually they're in alphabetical order, it looks like. But yeah, so this is, where you'd go and look at specific areas, and you can always use the Discord search that's, up in the top right over here. If you're looking for a specific ticker or anything, you're not sure, let's say where Vista Outdoors is, just type in VSTO up here and you'll see anybody that's used the mention, like similar to this one here with the hashtag ASO or hashtag ASO, you'll see that type of stuff and you'll get an idea for where these are. I'll be perfectly honest with you, when I use this, most of these that I'm not actively interested in at the moment, I don't even bother looking in. So the nice thing is just because they're here, it doesn't mean that you have to use them. You can certainly mute channels and collapse categories if this is overwhelming at all. But as of right now, like Chris said, we spent a lot of time with other members of the community also, not just mods, looking over these types of ideas. And this is kind of what we came up with for now. So we'll let this bake. But I will mention right now, if you do have any other ideas, we do have a channel for that. It's actually called Discord Ideas. So feel free to drop any comments or suggestions in there, and we'll definitely take those into consideration next time we go through anything that may require some tweaking or anything in the community. So most of these are self-explanatory, like I was saying, so you can go ahead and look through those. One thing I want to specifically bring out is this Dumb Money community group. We have a new channel here called Content Creators, and Tev has a really good message that's posted right here. If you are a content creator, you can fill out a form and give us your information. And then if you want to look at all of the other content creators, people from within our community, mostly, you can look at this Google Sheet. So outside of Dumb Money, there's lots of really good stuff that happens in this community, and it might not all be in this Discord. It could be other people's YouTube channels or podcasts or things like that. So I would definitely suggest checking that out to kind of branch out even further, and thumbs up, likes, subscribes, do all the fun stuff to support other people, that are helping us here and the research that they're sharing. So the last thing would be this DM Fund channel. And I just want to point this out because this is where all of the discussion around the community portfolio that Chris was just talking about, that's what happens here. And we'll probably continue to have discussion here, and we'll probably continue to post announcements and messages and things like that in here specifically around that fund. So you'll want to keep an idea on that.
Can I make a comment just to give people just an insight as to where we're going with this? What we're discussing is the Dumb Money Fund will hold 10 stocks at any point in time. Those stocks will be rebalanced on a weekly basis. The concept that we've been discussing is anyone that writes a high conviction report that gets upvoted to the extent that it makes the DM high conviction report, what's it called, the channel where they get upvoted, like the best ones, right? Once that happens, that ticker would qualify for the Dumb Money public portfolio. We will take all those qualifying tickers and allow you to vote on which ones you want us to buy on a weekly basis. So based on the number of votes that each of those tickers gets, we will then rebalance the portfolio on a weekly basis. So if Peloton has a high conviction report that's meet the criteria, then Peloton becomes a qualifying ticker. Same with NEO, same with any other stock that has the meeting that criteria. At that point, you might have 20 or 30 or 40 or 50 stocks to vote on every weekend, and you could vote for however many as you want, and we will take a look at the top 10 most voted and rebalance the portfolio every Monday morning. So that's kind of the concept we're rolling with. We might make some tweaks to it, but you'll want to go to that section, I think, unless we make a new one. We'll decide on it this week, to vote every single weekend, and every Monday I'll rebalance the portfolio. So that's kind of where we're headed. Sorry.
Yeah, and just a follow-up on that, when you do make a research report, as of now, we are thinking about having a limit of 90 days. So if a report falls out of favor, or the information gets old after a while, you should feel free to create a second report if your information's still good to get that voted back in again. Piton
Yep.
his Rocket reported one a long time ago and then made a brand new one with fresh information. So we definitely want to keep doing that because, trades can last for a short period of time. Sometimes they can last quite a while.
Agreed.
So I'm going to stop sharing that one and see if I can get into the app now, because that's the next thing. Let's see here. All right, so we should be on the next page where you see the sign in for the secret tool that we're talking about. So this is the Dumb Money app. This is something that I worked on a while ago. This is the aggregator that we were talking about. In order to sign into this, you have to be a member of our Dumb Money Discord specifically. So if you're a member of another Discord, you will not be able to sign in with your Discord ID. You can join ours by going to dumbmoney.tv/Discord or using this Join the Dumb Money Discord link. So I'll go ahead and log in here into this app and we'll start walking through this. All right. So the dashboard is going to be basically the entry point. That's this right here. And this gives you just kind of a high level overview of top 5 discussed stocks and channels, most active channels, research reports, and a few Discord stats that are up in the top here. I will mention that most of this data is synced just before market open and just after 12 p.m. Eastern time. We do have a sizable backlog for, or I should say roadmap really, for new features that we want to include into this type of thing. So one of them is actually real-time message analysis. So there is a chance that in the not too distant future, these will not be relying on syncs twice a day, but we'll actually be able to start pulling this information in as it happens in our Discord. So the stocks page would be next. That's going to be this up here. And this is where a lot of the information is going to be that Chris was talking about earlier. If you're trying to get through a lot of details, like what's getting mentioned in the community and everything like that. Just give me a second. My internet's fairly slow here. But I'll just mention while this is loading. So the page gives you an idea of what people are talking about. You can search stocks by ticker. There's a search box that we have up in the top, and oh, fantastic, Amazon. So you can search for all the tickers that are up in the top.
Perhaps I shouldn't have just put the URL on the screen so that people could go to this. We might have just crashed the Dumb Money app.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh no!
This is it'll
All right,
recover.
please get out of the app if you're in the app right now.
There are some APIs that we were using to pull some of this content, and I think that's part of the problem is that we're using free APIs, so we're sort of hitting the limits of those right now, which is likely why this is happening. Let me try this instead.
Yeah, it's too bad we didn't have a screenshot, just even a screenshot of it. We could throw it up.
So all of this stuff should be safe for work. This is my my local test version of this app, so I can still walk you through everything, and we can figure the rest of that out later. Hopefully, unless this is using the same API, we'll soon see. But anyway, so on the stocks page, I just mentioned the search, right? So you can search for tickers. You can sort any of the content by either the number of research reports it has, the number of messages in the past 30 days, or the number of messages in all time. We are working on a more granular way to control the time frame of these things. So you can pick a 1 day or 5 day or 10 day or anything like that. Parsing tickers, I'll mention that you'll notice some incorrect data occasionally with these tickers here. ETH is a perfect example. In probably 98% of the cases, we're talking about Ethereum. We're not talking about Ethan Allen. But part of the problem is that parsing tickers in unstructured text like messages is not quite as trivial of a task as it sounds. So we're constantly iterating on the message parser. So we're making improvements on that, and these will iron out. But if you do see anything that's wrong in here, feel free to drop a message in the DM app ideas in our Discord, and then that will let us know everything that's going on. I also want to point out that right now, the only messages that we're able to pull in here are from US stock exchanges. So if you see anything else, you may not be able to view all of the content, for things that are happening in like Australia or European stocks that I know there's a lot of chat around too. We're working on that. Again, that's just an API limitation.
Sweet.
Right. So let's see here.
It would be awesome if we could have the ability to resort based on mentions in the last like 72 hours or something like that, to have like a super fresh. That'd be a cool sort functionality as well.
Yep. Yeah, that's part of that date selector that we were talking about. You'll basically get a calendar, so you can pick your own custom date range, or you'll be able to pick, any of the common, like 15-minute or 30-minute, 1 day, 5 day, things like that. So this is the stock detail page. So if you find a stock that you're looking at and you want to come to the detail page, like Tesla, for example, this will show you some of the top contributors that are here, and it will show you the research reports. And if this thing loads, there's quite a bit of content here, but basically there's a chart that will appear here that gives you an idea of mentions and messages that has happened over the past 30 days.
How can we? Is there a way? I know that Wes from our community, an old ticker tags employee of ours, one of our favorites. I know he had been developing a social ARB app as well. I wonder, it'd be great if we can somehow pull his data into this app at some point to have a one-stop shop for people doing social ARB. Have you seen Wes's app? Is the social?
Yeah, I have actually. Wes and I talked about that quite a while ago, and I think his app wasn't nearly as far along as it was now then. This must have been almost 6 months, 8 months ago, something like that. But we do want to start pulling in other stuff in addition to just Discord here. So it could be data from his app, or it could even be, just like links to his app with this ticker already ready to go, so you can just kind of click on it and view things.
That'd be great.
Elsewhere in his place.
Yeah, for those of y'all who don't know, what Wes is essentially building a mention frequency calculator for tickers, so that you could, and also for just words, right, across Twitter. So you could kind of measure the volume of conversation as it's growing or flattening on a particular granular topic that's related to a ticker like Peloton. That's, very similar to what we were doing at Ticker Tags, the company we had prior to Dumb Money.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome too. So you should all check it out if you haven't already.
Yeah, what is that? So what's his app address? It was at Dave, do you know the app address for Wes?
I actually don't know off the top of my head. I'll find it.
Yeah, I forgot it. Yeah, or someone put it in the comments.
Yeah, I'll put it.
So I guess moving on to the research report section, this is conviction docs, and there is some discrepancies in the nomenclature that we're using, but we are going to clean all of that up. So this will start saying conviction docs fairly soon. But basically, the research reports page, it gives you a list of all of the things that are posted in the conviction doc channel. By default, all of these results are sorted by date, but you can also sort them by sentiment score if you just click on that sentiment button that's up there. And these research reports are broken into separate cards, which you're seeing here, right? So in the card, you get a lot of information. You get just kind of like the first batch of characters that's in the actual Google Doc, the date it was posted, who the speculator is, the tickers involved. And in some of these, like you can see in TAP, for example, we give you the entry price and exit price. And this is just the price of the person that entered the trade and the price when they exited. These are not price targets, because price targets don't really have a place in social ARB investing quite as much because we're trading information. We're not trading price. But it is interesting to know, how far up or down you are from something. So what we have done is we take a historical price. So this is at the time this trade was posted, this is what the price was of TAP. And we also have the adjusted price down here, which in most cases will be the same, but that accounts for things like any kind of stock splits or other corporate actions that might have happened on this ticker. We have the last price. So this is just like the market price when this page loaded. It's not real time just yet, but that's on the roadmap. And then this down here is just basically the delta from the historical price and what our price today is. You have the link to the doc here if you want to read it yourself, and then the sentiment score that we were just talking about. So all of this stuff is pulled from the header of those docs, though. So this is like one example where you can see it's really important that you use the same template that we have in the Conviction Doc channel, because that lets us grab all of this type of information. If you don't use that, then we can display some stuff, but it's not quite as helpful for everybody. So for sure use that if you can.
Sweet.
Then we can move on to Leaderboard here. So the Leaderboard is, oddly, this was one of the first features that the app had, but it's also the one that we've spent the least amount of time on. So this was supposed to kind of be a gamification way of seeing, who the most reputable people are that are in Discord, people that have the, most interaction, the most conviction docs posted, the way that they react to certain content and things like this. We will continue to refine the leaderboard, but the algorithm is probably going to be adjusted. So your reputation score, which you'll see right here, this may go up or down, in the future. So you can take a look at it if you want to, and just know that there's probably going to be some change there. So then if you click on a user, then you can see here. So I'm looking at JJ right now, and I can see with the test data that I have all of the message volume that he's been sending and the stock mentions, any research reports that he may have been tied to, and top mentioned stocks and channels that he's most active in. So this is just kind of a neat idea, because like I was saying earlier, if you're looking for somebody, with 30,000 people, if you're looking for who the people are that you might want to ask more questions to and things like that, because they've been around longer and they have more experience, then check those out. This is not a fair representation of everybody, because the length of time that you've been part of the community definitely plays into this. And but it's still something that might be worth taking a look at. I will mention that if you're not in the leaderboard, you can click on my profile up here, and this will just bring you to your own profile, so you can quickly see where you stack up compared to everybody else. And up here, while we are going to add a search in the future to search for users, you can simply replace this with the user's Discord ID. So if I wanted to look at Chris, for example, I would come back to Discord, I would copy Chris's ID and just paste it right in up here. So it's kind of a gross workaround right now, but if you're really interested to see what some of your friends might be doing, you can definitely check that out. And then finally moving on to channels, that's right here. The channels provides just simple metrics around the channel categories that we have, in addition to channel details. So for example, I might look through here and say, oh, okay, I want to go into the social arb sectors, right? So I'll view this, and this will give me a list of all of the channels that are in the social arb sector. This is the test version, since we had the problem with the production one. So this doesn't exactly represent our brand new Discord, but it's going to look just like this, where basically you'll be able to see, when the last activity was, how many stocks are being mentioned in that area. So that's a good way for you to tell, like, how much activity is going, what the number of messages were in the past 30 days, and the messages of all time. And you can of course sort by these just by using these little tags up in the top there. So that is all that's available in the app right now. Like I said, there is a roadmap. One thing that I do want to point out is that we are actively working on a Dumb Money Community Fund page. So this is basically going to be a portfolio visualizer for the public.com community fund. We're going to add it to the app. So you'll see it here, and it's going to provide a performance chart as well as a detailed list of all of the holdings and the trading activity. So for, there's been some concerns about how transparent it was going to be, in certain messages, and it's going to be 100% transparent. You'll be able to see everything that happens. Like Chris said, the fund is for the community. Dumb Money guys aren't taking any money. That's something that I'm sharing with everybody. Finally, I guess if you have any comments or suggestions or bugs or features or anything, head over to the DM App Ideas channel in Discord, and then you'll be able to, share anything that you're looking at, and let us know if there's any other ideas you have.
Hey, Chris, I just want to say, just to wrap up this segment, that there are thousands of places to go for collaboration and tool sets and research for technical trading. There are thousands of places to go for those same attributes on fundamental trading. Both those concepts have been around for 100 years, right? Social arb is a relatively new concept in trading. It's one that we coined here 15 years ago. If you've read the book Laughing at Wall Street, my book, if you've read Jack Schwager's Unknown Market Wizards, his chapter on me and social arb trading very recently, this is a brand new thing. Like, I never thought there would be a day when anyone other than me and my friends were talking about social arb trading, but now it exists. And what's so great is this is the one-stop shop. This is the first place that people are actively collaborating and talking about and sharing data and strategies that are related to social arb trading. This is it. Like, this is 1.0, the Dumb Money community and this Dumb Money app. And, maybe 10 years from now, there will be hundreds of places and communities that people will be strategizing and collaborating and talking about social arb. But right now, this is it. So this is a 1.0. And I truly appreciate the work you're putting into this, Chris. All of our mods and all the active members of the community that are contributing data and research and hard work and collaborating and sharing and research and vetting research reports, right? The good, bad, and the ugly. Like, you are the community. We're not it. Like, we started it, but it has grown to be infinitely bigger than anything we could ever do on this show. And I am so deeply appreciative, because the dream has always been to develop a community that's more powerful and has more information than any Wall Street firm. And I feel that already, just in our first year, we have something that's larger than all Wall Street firms put together. And that's coming from a guy that has seen the other side of the curtain. I've worked with the largest hedge funds. I've worked with the largest sell-side banks. And I'm telling you, the research coming out of this community this last year is better than anything I've seen. And we're just getting started. We're just scratching the surface. So I truly believe that the more people contribute to it, the more you'll extract from it. And that's always been the dream. And it just, I can't even believe I'm here today watching this and just watching what you guys have built. Thank you so much. I can't wait to dive in even deeper this next year. I can't wait to see what comes out of this community in 2021 and beyond in terms of trades. Thank you, Chris, and to everyone.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. Thank you so much. And I am going to just put it on the screen again. We did have some technical issues with people trying to all be on the app at the exact same time. It was the first time that we've publicly talked about the URL, but it is dumbmoney.app. That is how you can find the Dumb Money app.
Yeah. And if we need more bandwidth on Amazon or whatever, let me know. Just send the bill to me. We will take care of it, as always. I promise. Chris, let me know what we need to do. If more people start using the app, we will support it financially.
Yeah, and like Chris said, thank you so much for your hard work in putting this together. It is such an amazing resource for the community, and thanks to the whole community for being a part of it, for contributing, for doing all of the research to make it possible to have so many too many good ideas. I don't even know what to invest in now.
Awesome. Thanks, Chris.
Thanks, Chris. We're gonna.
All right. Thanks, guys.
It's such a great. I just absolutely love it.
I love it too. I want to say something. I have a pretty big announcement, and I feel like I want to talk about it on the next show, whenever the next show is. Maybe it's tomorrow, maybe it's Monday. I just want to say to everyone in the community, put on your calendar October 9th this year, okay? Mark October 9th on your calendar. We have a really exciting announcement to make. We will make it during the next show, but I finally have firmed up the date for the thing that we have been trying to plan for so long, that I'm so excited about. We have just something really big happening on October 9th, and we'll just leave it at that. But if you're planning a wedding, just leave. Don't plan it the weekend of October 9th until we could at least announce what we're up to, and you have the opportunity to decide the degree that you want to get involved with us on that weekend. So,
and that should be easy for me to remember. That's my dog's birthday. Actually, I had no idea. I just looked on the calendar, and they both happen to be on the same night, October 9th. Stay
Saturday
tuned for
night,
more on
October
that.
9th. Oh, Saturday day. I'll call it Saturday day. October 9th, Saturday day, and Saturday night.
And night. It's like
block the whole thing. Block the whole weekend out. Let's just do that.
You might want to block the whole weekend out. Yeah.
Yes. All right, guys. That said, we've been going on for a while, and we have a lot of meetings. We are involved in projects that are probably more exciting than anything I've been involved with in 20 years. We will be discussing these projects over the course of the next few months. They span all things. They span media. They span startups. We're involved with some really cool companies that I think we're going to be able to involve the community with as well. We're trying to figure out how to do that. But man, I have had a meeting. I've been booked, Dave, Jordan, from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. the last 3 days straight.
Yeah, you sent me a
same thing
screenshot
goes
of your
for today.
schedule.
Yeah, I saw a
I want
screenshot
nothing
of
to
your-
do with that.
Yeah, I was stressed out when I saw your calendar screenshot.
And that's why I'm in the closet, because I need a place that I can just be in meetings even beyond our show. I can be in meetings all day long, not have people bugging me or saying I'm talking too loud. This is where I am. I don't see sun anymore.
Dave,
I will be in this
can you
closet
mark
all day.
that? Can you mark that and just take that clip?
Someone
You can
needs
just use that
to keep track of all of these little funny things. Yeah. That is the
Market
future
Dave.
meme channel, Dumb Money Memes.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh! Do you know
Nick
I
just
did?
canceled his wedding so that he can be able to do whatever it is we're doing on October 9th. It's George's birthday, so happy birthday early.
I heard.
we could
Hey,
probably
somebody
work
said they were
away.
getting a divorce that day, so that's.
We could probably work a wedding into some part of October 9th if it's short and sweet. Who knows?
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. We do have to go because we have a meeting coming up here, guys. The first of like 7 meetings in the next 4 hours. So we got to cut.
For you.
Yeah, I've definitely only accepted one of those. I let you pre-screen my meetings for me too. All right, that's going to do it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. We are Dumb Money. Go to dumbmoney.tv to find all of the places. We'll add the dumbmoney.app link to dumbmoney.tv to make it easy to find everything. dumbmoney.tv/Discord will get you the direct invite to be a part of the Discord channel. We're on all of the social networks. You definitely need to subscribe here on YouTube if you haven't done that already. Smash that like button on your way out, and we will see you. I don't know if I know I can't do a show on Monday or Tuesday because I'll be.
Then we have to do one tomorrow.
Do you know what my
we have to
schedule
do one
looks like
tomorrow,
tomorrow? Oh wait, is it Thursday? 5:15 Central Time. There's going to be a new Hey There Dave here. I am showing you all of the leaks on the Apple car. You haven't seen what I'm going to show you about the Apple car, so be sure you tune in to that this afternoon. That's going to do it for here. We'll figure out a way to do an episode sometime tomorrow, and then
we must do a show tomorrow. It has to happen.
Well, you and Jordan can do shows without me. I'll teach you how to do it.
No. You know that's not going to work. We can barely do it with you.
I'll just dial in voice only on my phone, and that'll be fine. All right, thanks for watching. We're Dumb Money. We'll see you tomorrow.